our next guest expects economic tailwinds, the tailwind, I should say, to really turn to a later headwind this year as state and local governments impose higher taxes and fees. Hope I said that right, but if not, we're going to check with Jack Ablin. He's Chief Investment Officer at Harris Private Bank, where he manages $55 billion, and he joins us from Chicago. Jack, not sure if I said that correctly or how you're thinking about it, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I got to first ask you about the enthusiasm that we're seeing in the equity market today because of that jobs report. Are investors right to be kind of excited about the numbers we got today?
Interesting, Carol. First of all, I couldn't have said it better myself. But interesting, when I saw the number this morning, to me it looked like it wasn't going to be enough to push the needle one way or another. So there must have been sort of this embedded fear that we could have had a number that was far worse because it smells like a relief rally to me.
Well, okay, so a relief rally. Does it provide some support then for moves, let's say, over the next couple of weeks here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that what we're finding now is that investors are starting to, at long last, turn their attention, and it happened in February too, turn their attention to the favorable economic numbers and the favorable numbers coming out of the earnings reports. Keep in mind, January actually had very favorable economic numbers and very strong profit numbers, and yet most people were busy watching C-SPAN and not Bloomberg. So, it's thankfully now the market has turned its attention back to what it generally looks at, and it's liking the numbers.
When is it key, though, to watch C-SPAN here, Jack? I mean, when do you think we're going to see higher taxes, higher fees, and then you prepare to watch the market break down?
Well, that's my concern, Matt. And the thing is, maybe I'm sitting here with dark-colored glasses in Illinois, and perhaps other states aren't feeling this. But our governor is going to propose a budget for next year, I think, in about a week, and they're massive cuts. So we're going to see a lot of cuts. We're going to see tax increases, and I think that while maybe other states aren't going to be suffering the similar fate as Illinois, I do think that tax rates and fees and other tax increases are going to be hitting taxpayers sometime mid-year. And that has the potential to start taking the wind out of the sails from all the stimulus.
So what do you do then? Where do you go to protect your money?
Well, for right now, I would say, we're going to watch the technicals. We're going to watch, valuation is still reasonable. We've taken some money out of international, brought it home. We've taken additional money out of international, bought commodities. But I will say, Matt, if from a technical standpoint, the equity markets start to break down, particularly the S&P, and I'm looking at a variant of the 200-day moving average, my sense is, at least history suggests, is you put the money in cash and then, take a deep breath and figure out the next place to go.
Hey, Jack, I'm going to take you far away from here, and that is China, because we did a story just a few minutes ago about the Chinese premier basically making a State of the Union address and warning of bank risk. Do we, as investors here, it's such a global marketplace, as you know, do we need to be worried about when he says something like this?
Absolutely. I think that China is running the risk of a bubble. Mm-hmm. They're using what I'll call very blunt instruments in these reserve policies and the banking legislation to try to control growth. I will say, at least in their back pocket, is the currency revaluation that they can use to slow things down. And that's part of the reason, Carol, why I think I would rather own U.S. large-cap stocks that export to China and commodities rather than Chinese equities themselves as a way to play the emerging markets in general and Chinese economy in particular. So okay. That's how I would play it.
All right, got to run. Hey, Jack, have a great weekend. Jack Ablin, Chief Investment Officer over at Harris Private Bank.